Hello, welcome to Commercial Buildings class. I'm Margaret. In this class, we're going to learn about some of the elements and components that go into a commercial building project, and we're also going to try and get some understanding of how these projects are managed and how they move from the design stage all the way through to construction. When you first come to this Moodle course, the page will look like this, and I want to call your attention to some resources along the right side of the page. Here's stuff about me, including my email address, if you want to contact me, and you probably do. Then also on the right side of the page, here are some useful resources, things like how to get to the student help desk if you're having computer problems, how to use Zoom, and other stuff. And then below that is a handy calendar. Also, along the left side of the page, if you notice this list of stuff, and maybe it's in your way, if you click on this stack of menus here on the left side, computer people call this the hamburger. If you click on the hamburger, that list goes away. And if you click on it again, the list comes back. Should you ever need such a list? I don't know why you would, but there it is. All right, let's work our way down through the page here in this Moodle class. It says start here, so let's do that. And under the general course information, you find some general things. Here are the syllabus and the schedule. And here is a title block. And that title block is there because you are going to be doing a number of drawings in this class. And I have set up a title block for you, which will save you a considerable time, believe me. So there's your title block that you can use. Let's look at the syllabus and then the schedule. So the syllabus is a Word document, looks like this. And you should read through this because this contains information about college policies and policies of this class, how the grading is done and all that sort of thing. Under the required text, it lists this really expensive book. And I just want to make sure you know you are not required to buy this book. I have to say required so that if you have financial aid that will pay for a book, they will say, oh, it's required, we'd better buy it. And if you have financial aid, you should get this book because it's really thorough, has a lot in it. If you have a loan or you're paying your own way out of your own pocket, you do not need this book. I will give you everything you need in the PowerPoints and videos and handouts. And a lot of the materials I'll give you are from this book. So just be aware, it's actually optional whether you buy it or not, because I'm going to give you lots of material. Then make sure you have a way of backing up all these drawings you're creating, because believe me, bad stuff will happen. Your flash drive can go bad, so it's not a bad idea to have two of them. Your computer will crash. The electricity will go out right as you're working. Or I just saw a picture this week of an office on campus where there was a horrible concrete pumping accident, and concrete got pumped into this office up to desk height. So if your computer had been under that concrete, you would be sunk. Therefore, it's an extreme example of why you should always have at least one extra copy of every drawing you make and back up constantly. Okay, that's the end of my sermon. Here are some paragraphs about how we do the grading. It's pretty straightforward. And I want to call your attention to page 4 here. First of all, I need to fix that. First of all, you should stay in touch with your advisor at least once a term to make sure that you're taking all the classes you need and in the order you need them. That's important. Secondly, I want to point out that the college and I take learning differences really, really seriously. And for me, whether they're diagnosed or not, if you have a learning difference and you're struggling with something, let me know. I am here to help you. We will do what we can to give you the best possible education we possibly can. Let's look at the schedule. I like to put the schedule on an Excel spreadsheet because I think that's handy. So here we are, week 1, 2, and 3, and here are the dates, and here are the topics we're going to cover. So you'll see we'll look at what are the drawing standards for these architectural drawings, then what are some of the elements that go into commercial buildings. Then in the middle here, in a couple of places, what are some of the things we need to know about managing a project? And I would like to point out, this is really cool, November 16th, which happens to be a Tuesday, we are going to take a field trip by Zoom to the building department at the City of Eugene. And those people are awesome. So they are going to have, I believe, a whole set of building department experts who will share with you how to apply for a permit, how to apply for an erosion permit, what is a permit, what should be in your drawing set. They are super, super helpful. And if for some reason you are not able to attend that Zoom meeting because you're at work or something, they are going to record it for us so you can watch it later. If you can attend at the time, you'll be able to ask them questions, and they're really great about answering. All right. I would like to point out that there are a lot of drawings in this class. This is kind of a drawing intensive class. And so while there are no formal due dates, I only suggest dates you might want to be done. I encourage you to stay current with the class because there are a lot of drawings and you really don't want to get behind. You really want to make sure you stay up to date. So I've suggested some dates for you. Hit them as best you can. Here's the advantage to staying up to date. When you finish a drawing and turn it in, I will make comments on the drawing and send it back to you, and then you have a chance to correct whatever it was I made notes on, and you can resubmit it. So we only have time to do that if you submit them, early enough. If you submit them at the end of the term, then we're out of time. So that's another reason for keeping up to date. Notice that at the end of the term, we are going to talk about the ADA, the Americans with Disabilities Act, and universal design, which is something that's near and dear to my heart. And therefore, we have an extra credit project that's available to you if you want, that I stuck in week 1. We'll look at that in a minute. We'll come back to that in just a minute. All right. Let's minimize that. And let's go back to our Moodle course here. There are 3 kinds of forums, or fora. The first one is actually your first assignment. That's the introduction forum. Let's open week 1. So that is at the very beginning of week 1. There's your first assignment. This is what we do instead of taking attendance. This is how we know that you actually are enrolled in the course and you plan to take the course. Sometimes people enroll and then decide, I don't want to do that, but they forget to drop, and then they get a bill. So the college will do an administrative drop of anybody who has not responded by the end of Sunday so that people don't get billed. So that's what that's for. This is the only assignment that has a due date on it. All right. News and announcements is where I can send out general information to you. So that's me talking to you. Questions and answers is where you can submit questions to me and to everybody else. So this is you talking to us. And I encourage you to use this. Whatever comes up, I guarantee you somebody else has the same question or wondering. They just didn't want to say anything. So if you will be bold and post your question, then the rest of us can benefit from talking about it and getting an answer. Let's look at week 1 here. So here's week 1. After we do the introduction forum, then the first topic is, what is commercial anyway? How is that different from residential? So here I clicked that Moodle page, and it comes up, and here are some PowerPoint slides, and here is a video. This is me talking about the slides. So you might want to download the PowerPoint and watch the video. At the bottom of the page are some arrows going ahead and back. That's one way to navigate. And at the top are what they call breadcrumbs. So here we are on topic 1. I'd like to go back to, well, here's week 1. I'm just going to go all the way back to the course. So I'll click that breadcrumb, and that will take me back to the course. And now I know where I am, and I can go back to whatever week I was on. We were on week 1, and so I wanted to point out here at the end of week 1 is that extra credit assignment. I put it at the beginning of the term so you'd have plenty of time to think about it in case you want to think about it. And what this is about is select a particular disability, autism, visual impairment, whatever it might be, and find how architects and designers accommodate that disability, and find some examples to show us that we can see. My particular area of focus right now happens to be visual impairment, but I'm super interested in autism and mobility and a bunch of others, so I hope you want to do this. Then after that, you can work at your own speed. These weeks are all available to you, and if you get done with week 1 and want to charge ahead, feel free to go on to week 2. You can work as fast as you want to. And I think that is all we need to say for now. That's an overview of where we're headed in this term. Please feel free to stay in touch through these fora and through emails, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.